Hello, friends. This is Professor Guglov. Today's video will be a little unusual, but I'm sure you will like it. So, get comfortable and let's go. Geoglyph. In June 1998, Trex Smith, a private airplane pilot, was flying between Marie and Marie in Coober Pedy in South Australia and noticed an unusual figure. The discovery and its size stunned Australians. How did it get there? The geoglyph was named Marie Man. Local eateries can book flights to see this amazing phenomenon. The geoglyph is located on a plateau south of Lake Eyre. The figure of a man can even be seen from space. Whale Cemetery. What do you think of a whale graveyard in the middle of the desert? Do you think whale ancestors had legs and could walk on land? That's wild. There are many explanations as to how exactly whale bones could have ended up in the middle of the desert. After researchers were finally able to visit the site, they discovered that the remains date back about 5 million years. So there was once a sea in this scorching inferno. Allosaurs. Utah is a veritable treasure trove of dinosaurs. More fossils have been found here than in any other state in the United States. Also, Utah has produced more complete information about prehistoric life than any other place on Earth. There are thousands of footprints carved into the rocks here. And the footprints you see belong to Allosaurus, carnivorous dinosaurs that lived 155 million years ago at the end of the Jurassic period. A dark spot. This volcano is surrounded by a zone of black ash deposits 10 to 20 kilometers wide. That's why it's called the dark spot. That's how it appears on Google Maps. Wa-Namas is a volcano that is considered the eighth wonder of the world. In some parts of the Sahara, it could rain only a few times in 100 years. The Wa-Namas volcano has a small amount of rainfall mainly in winter. Drink plenty of water, there are still plenty of finds in the desert. The Hand of the Desert. In the Atacama Desert in northern Chile, a huge 11-meter arm is sticking out of the ground. The sculpture was built in 1992 as a symbol of vulnerability and helplessness of a man drowning in the sands. The hand can even be seen on Google Maps. Hand of the Desert was created by a Chilean sculptor named Mario Irer Zabal with the financial support of a local organization. The sculpture is constructed of concrete and iron. World War II airplane. A crashed American World War II fighter plane, an Air Force P-40 Kitty Hawk, was found in 2012 in the center of the Sahara in fairly good condition. The airplane had lain untouched for 70 years. The Egyptian government decided to restore the plane, but did so, as British aviation historians would put it, in a truly horrible way. During the restoration, the vintage plane was painted in garish yellows and browns, and a shark's face was painted on the front. The plane was put on display at the military's El Alamein Museum. However, experts say the find should have been left untouched in the desert in memory of the pilot. How do you feel about such restorations? Should the plane have been left alone? Ghost Town. In 1908, after finding diamonds in Namibia, the German town of Kolmanskop was built and became home to hundreds of German families. People settled the area and built an entire town with European architecture, stately homes, a hospital, casino and theater. By 1954, however, diamond mining had ceased and the town was left to the desert. Today, Kolmanskop is an ominous shadow of its former glory and is a popular tourist destination. Monolith. Let's go back to Utah for a moment, to the foot of a barren canyon in the Red Rock Valley. A team counting fatheads using a helicopter spotted something strange and landed to get a better look. The mysterious object was a three-sided metal monolith about 3-4 meters high, firmly embedded in the ground without any identifying marks. What was it and where had it come from? The object was found in a remote area. Aaron Bott, a spokesman for the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources, described the area as rugged and very rocky, with many canyons and potential hazards. After media coverage of the find, 4 Moab, Utah residents secretly removed the object on November 27, 2020. They stored it for a month and then turned it over to the Bureau of Land Management. No one still knows what it is. The mystery. Stone Arrow. In the Arizona desert you can find something amazing, such as a huge 20-meter stone arrow. For many years it was a real mystery. Locals tried to unravel its origin, coming up with many theories. In fact, the sign was erected in 1911, before GPS and Google Maps. Such signs helped airplanes navigate and deliver packages to the West Coast. Strange patterns. There is a strange phenomenon in the deserts of Egypt that has confused people around the world for years. This mystery was first discovered on maps in 2014. The strange find was just rocks and sand that formed cone-shaped figures. The pattern stretched for 300 kilometers, and the diameter of the central hole reached 30 meters. People, of course, decided that this was the work of an extraterrestrial civilization, because no human could have created something so large and perfect. A creation of the ancients. In 1927, British pilot Percy Maitland spotted strange structures in Jordan's Azraq oasis. Bedouin call it a creation of the ancients. The formations are hundreds of wheel-shaped structures more than 24 meters wide. Some of the structures are believed to be more than 8,500 years old. Presumably, the formations have astronomical significance and are associated with the sunrise on the day of the winter solstice. But no one is quite sure of their purpose. What do you think it is? Nabta Playa. When we think of Egypt, we immediately imagine a desert. And it is logical, because Egypt consists mainly of barren deserts. These lands hold a lot of history. New pieces of history are found every day. That's why Egypt is a very important place for many archaeologists. One such piece was the archaeological site of Nabta Playa. It is believed that the Egyptians practiced astronomy here. This area consists of a group of vertically standing stones. Historians have called this structure a calendar circle. Drawings of aliens. Speaking of archaeological mysteries, it is impossible not to mention China. In 2011, Google Earth users reported strange white lines, as if carved in the Gobi Desert areas in the provinces of Xinjiang and Gansu. The unidentified drawings, which included different shapes, caused a stir on the internet. People began to theorize that it could be anything from a secret weapon to an alien message. Jonathan Hill, a research technician at the Space Flight Center at Arizona State University, said the strange shapes were likely calibration targets for the Chinese satellite. We like the alien theory better. Tomb. In 1980, in the Jerusalem suburb of Talpiot, 3 kilometers from the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, archaeologists discovered a 2,000-year-old structure. It had strange marks on it, unlike anything previously discovered. Archaeologists recovered 10 bowls with bones and 4 coffins. The tomb was then covered with concrete and an apartment complex was placed on top. In 2007, a movie director rediscovered the site and thought he had found the real tomb of Jesus. Today, exploration of the site continues. Spider Rock. Archaeologists have discovered a broken panel depicting the only known example of ancient artifacts with spiders in Egypt. The artifact was found in a valley in Karga Oasis, 173 kilometers west of Luxor. The main panel contains several spiders. The spider on the far left is next to a star, which may actually be an attempt to depict a spider's web. These drawings may depict spiders and their webs in which they lure prey, and even cocoons that spiders weave. The vessel Bom Jesus. About 500 years ago, the Portuguese sailing ship Bom Jesus inexplicably disappeared en route to India. The ship was carrying a valuable treasure that has eluded even the most ardent and dedicated treasure hunters. However, a recent find in the Namibian desert may end that hunt. The search for the ship began a century ago when a German searcher stumbled across a diamond in the desert. The ship mysteriously disappeared in 1533, making it the oldest known shipwreck discovered in the African Sahara. Well, as I promised, the video was interesting. So, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.